Meet Your Maker is a brand new game in development at Behaviour Interactive, that starts beta testing later in August 2022. Meet Your Maker is Behaviour Interactive's first-person base building and raiding title. Players must raid outposts for precious genetic material and build their own to farm it for their chimera. The game have a lot in common with both action and tower defense games. The game is set on a dying Earth, with the player taking on the role of a custodian, protecting pure genetic material, GenMat, so they can evolve the chimera, a living experiment meant to protect the last of humanity. As such, the custodian has to make their outpost tough to raid. In Meet Your Maker, your goal is to steal as much genetic material as possible and feed it to your chimera. You achieve this by raiding outposts other players have built to farm the precious resource. The more you raid, the more genetic material you'll gather, and the bigger your chimera will grow. Raids can also yield building resources, which you can use to create a monstrous death trap of an outpost for other players to raid. Building is focused on strategic, block-based design, where players will draw from a highly customizable toolbox of traps and guards to mastermind deadly maze-like outposts. Raiders, on the other hand, will suit up for methodical, lightning-fast combat as they enter and attempt to overcome other players' creations. Each outpost can be customized with blocks, traps, and guards, and players can even set their guards' patrol routes. Then, players will have to raid other outposts created by other custodians. Every match is different, and you're testing yourself against another person's defenses. This requires both quick thinking and reflexes, but also time to learn the features of an outpost to discover how best to defeat its unique challenges. While the unique gameplay of Meet Your Maker takes center stage at first glance, similar to Behaviour's long-running multiplayer horror hit Dead by Daylight, there's also a rich mythology waiting to be discovered. Players will assume the role of the custodian, a clone tasked with seeking out the remaining uncorrupted genetic material and either defending or stealing it. You are the last hope for completing the Chimera project, but gathering this coveted resource won't be easy. The fight in question takes place within outposts built by players to extract genetic material. The heart of each outpost is its extractor cube, filling canisters with the precious resource. Builders will need to tap into their most devious impulses, creating a gauntlet of traps and monstrous guards designed to lure, outwit, and tear trespassing players limb from limb. Raiders will need sharp reflexes, anticipation, and perseverance to not only fight their way to the extractor cube and steal its canister, but also escape with it in hand. Progression is achieved by supplying both them and the chimera with genetic material which unlocks new traps, guards, suits, weapons, perks, and even lore for those eager to peel back the layers of this dying world. Players can test and then upload their creations for others to attempt to infiltrate. Behaviour stresses that building is an iterative process, which means watching videos, first and third person, of players raiding your outposts to then edit and rebuild later, making them deadlier over time. Behaviour ensures that moderation will be in place to ensure nothing untoward is built. Players can give feedback on builds and flag for removal, something the team will be hands-on with at first. The flip side is raiding others. This works much like other first-person shooters, with two weapons available, a harpoon gun with limited ammo that must be regained, and a melee weapon, consumable grenades, and a grappling hook for extra maneuverability. Players must grab the GenMat and make it out alive. One hit and you're dead. Players will earn resources and experience to progress as they play, plus Behaviour has plans for post-launch content, new block types, traps, weapons, guards, armors, and more. These will slot into existing systems and affect both building and raiding equally, requiring new strategies for both. Meet Your Maker certainly has the potential to be the next viral sensation, a game of brains versus skill. It should appease fans of both building and shooting games, with a core loop that could prove irresistible. The community will likely be quick to compare it to Dead by Daylight. Yet it's hard not to compare it to so many other games in a bid to capture interest. There's Minecraft in its building mechanics, Doom and Quake in its aesthetic, Little Big Planet in its social interactions, and countless FPS games in its shooting. Meet Your Maker releases in 2023 on PS4 and PS5. An initial playtest will be live from the 23rd of August. You can sign up for the playtest on the game official website linked in the description. This is all we got for now. As always, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments. We'll always happy to answer all of your questions. See you on the next one.